I'm really concerned about the way this administration has started. I really wanted to work with the Trump administration, and they've done some things that are very counter to, I think, American interests. One of them is this travel ban. The first time it applied to people who actually had green cards, people who are working here legally. It's really damaging for our businesses. It's really damaging for those families, and frankly, it's discriminatory. And so, if that's the way he wants to be, if that's what he's going to propose, we'll have a fight. I'd much rather work together on things like infrastructure and building bridges and roads. But so far, that's not what he's been fighting for its democracy for 230 some years, and every day is a fight. People need to know that you have to stand up for your country and for what's right, and you have to get engaged. And so I think that a lot of the people at this forum tonight, they want to know how to be involved. I think, one, if you see something that's wrong, say something. Shine a light on it. Make sure people understand that building a wall for $15 billion is a waste of money, that blowing up the national debt is a terrible thing to do, that handing over the country that people in World War II fought for to Russia is the wrong thing to do. Stand up for that. Then second, take care of people at home. People at home are going to be harmed by this. We should all be volunteering in our own way, whether it's through our religious institutions or whatever, to help those people. And then you got to get involved in the electoral process. And if people don't stand up and do the right thing, there's a way to hold them accountable.
Congressman Peters, we have the beginnings of a trade war with Mexico. You just alluded to some of it. Yeah. Mexican senators are right now having a bill that will deny the import of American corn into Mexico.
Yeah.
What can you do as a congressman to allay some of that?
I don't have the power of the whole Congress behind me, but Republicans know better. I'm a pro-trade Democrat. There's not a lot of us. Republicans are supposed to be the party of free trade. That's one area where I agree on them. They've got to stand up and say, no trade wars. The trade wars only hurt our consumers, and mostly people who can't afford to be hurt by higher prices at the grocery store. So, we need our Republican colleagues to stand up where they disagree on blowing up the national debt, on actually restricting trade. When we're doing the wrong thing with Russia, Republicans have to stand up too. It can't just be Democrats. We need them to fight as well. You have Senator McCain is a hero. Senator Graham, even Governor Sanford stood up. People are starting to say this is not what Republicans are about, and I think we all have, as elected officials, we have to put the country first, our district second, and our party last, and that's how I try to. I'm also concerned about our security. Look how happy Russia is with this election, and look at I think, can Asia trust us, or are they going to turn to China? They're going to turn to China. And we're not even standing behind our European allies. The world order that was created after World War II with NATO, we're letting that be threatened. And of course I'm worried, and I think the rest of the world is very worried about the loss of American leadership. We should be the leader in the free world. Why should we step away from that? It appears to be that's what we're doing.
Speaking of NATO,
last question, then we're going to get you back in there.
Speaking of NATO, General Mattis was in Europe basically trying to calm down the Allies. What would happen if we actually have a crisis right now with the Baltic states?
Well, it's a problem because the national security apparatus isn't set up. It's taken a long time. Someone turned down the job, for gosh sakes. And so I think I'm concerned. Now that should all be resolved by June, I hope. And I hope we don't have a crisis in the immediate future. But look, the president has got to get his act in order. We hired who we thought was a businessman, and it's just the most disorganized kind of operation you could ever imagine.